What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another, I guess, reaction video or whatever. Today we're going to be honestly reacting and kind of seeing what the situation's going to be with North Star shutting down. We're going to be reacting to my friend Real Railfans video and to see what his opinion is, his basically opinion and whatnot. So let's get into it.
Okay, so I've got some mixed emotions about this. If you haven't heard, which I know a lot of you who are not in the Minnesota area probably have not, but there's a local commuter line in the cities that is going to be coming to an end, shutting down sometime in January. I saw it's official because our local news station, at least the one that I saw, Fox 9, they made a post about it. And I've had a couple other rail fans that have also said the same thing, that it is going to be coming to an end early January. I'm not exactly sure on the date, and I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm just going to say.
Okay, from what I've known, the date is January 4th. I believe that's when it's shutting down, January 4th, 2026. That's just from what I've heard, is January 4th. So, yeah.
Sometime in January, most likely early in January. Yeah, I've got mixed emotions about it. In a way, I am happy that it's shutting down because for the taxpayers and stuff, it's something that people don't have to pay for because, yeah, they have a decent ridership, but I think there's a lot of government funding that goes into it because there's not enough people that ride it to pay for it. At least that's my understanding. So that'll save taxpayers a bit. And I also would get annoyed every once in a while when North Star, it's running on a time schedule. So it would hinder a couple trains every once in a while. Like they would literally stop trains for North Star. And when you're out at the track waiting for trains, it kind of sucks. So that's another thing that I'm not going to miss because of North Star, that they're going to route trains because of that. Now, one thing that I am going to miss is, okay, maybe two things. The one thing I'm going to miss is the friendly crews.
Yep.
North Star has some very friendly crews. The conductors, the engineer, all of it. Like, they are really, really friendly.
Yes, they are.
Actually got a couple horn salutes from...
They are very friendly. And I'm not going to lie, I'm going to miss them as well. I'm going to miss them, to be honest. I mean, what are we going to do once North Star shuts down? Like, what are we going to do when North Star is no longer around? What are we going to have to do? Are we going to have to, like, quote-unquote, rail fan the buses? I mean, how is that possible? I mean, to be honest, I don't know.
North Star, which was kind of cool. And they'd always wave, and sometimes when they stopped at the platform, if you were down by them, they would talk to you. They would open up the window.
Yes, they would. And yeah, if you guys haven't heard in most of my videos, you'll hear them. We'll be chatting. Okay, I'm gonna put this straight out there. It is kind of hard to hear them because of the loud idle from the locomotive. But at the same time, honestly, it's whatever. Because, well, yeah.
Ask you how you're doing, and they'd literally have a conversation with you.
Yep.
So that I'm going to miss. You know, other rail fans that are really big fans of North Star,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I'm kind of bummed out for them because they enjoyed it. They're not going to have it anymore, you know, to look forward to, like North Star Fan 702. He literally named his channel after North Star, and now he's not.
I know. And I'm going to feel so bad for him once North Star shuts down. I mean, what is there now to do?
Gonna have North Star anymore.
Yeah.
And Trevor, he's a huge North Star fan.
Yep.
He's not gonna have North Star anymore. And
I know. It's going to suck not having North Star around anymore. I mean, what is there going to be to do now? To be honest, I don't know. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. Let me know.
probably loads of others that are big, you know, North Star fans.
Yep.
So I'm kind of bummed out for them too. But needless to say, if it's not getting the ridership that, you know, they need to make it worth running, and they're spending more than they're pulling in, and ever since the pandemic stuff, their ridership has taken a steep decline, maybe it is good for it to shut down. Now, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be transportation, though. I think they're going to have like a bus service.
Okay. Speaking about the bus service, what are we gonna do if North Star shuts down? I mean, what is the North Star Link, the bus, gonna do? Are they gonna keep the North Star Link bus running all the way out to St. Cloud? Or what? That's the question that's coming from me. Like, what are we gonna do with the North Star bus, the North Star Link? Is it going to still be running after North Star shuts down? Is it still going to run out to St. Cloud? Who knows?
In place of it, which, you know, and that might cost them a lot less because you run the buses, people ride that. Doing rail is probably a lot more expensive because they're running on a BNSF line. Mm-hmm. So them having to make deals with BNSF, it probably is costing them a lot to do it. Maybe. I don't know how that stuff works out. That's just what I'm guessing. You guys can let me know, those of you who really understand it. So when you look at it, it's probably better cost-wise and, you know, moving things for BNSF-wise. It's probably worth it that they're shutting down, honestly. They use North Star for, like, Vikings games, Twins games, concerts that are going on down in the cities. Are they gonna like keep at least one North Star train kind of parked like up at Big Lake on hand for those events? True. Because I've seen those trains when they have the games or the concerts. Those trains are packed. They are filled with people.
Oh yeah. So
that might be more financially financially important, logical, feasible, something like that. You know, that would make more sense if they keep one train kind of on hand for stuff like that. Something to think about, I guess. Am I going to get some hatred for saying some of that? Probably, but just sit back and think about it. Think of the pros and the cons of it. And people are still going to have bus service, so it's not like they're completely losing their transportation. Now, one fact that was brought up to me that was interesting that somebody told me is at the Coon Rapids station, and probably Ramsey is probably that way, Big Lake probably, is they built apartment buildings by these stations, you know, so people that live in the apartments can have transportation down to, you know, Minneapolis. Is this going to mean, and this is what the person told me, does that mean that those values of those apartments is going to drop big time because they're not going to have, you know, rail service to advertise for those apartments? Granted, they'll still be able to advertise bus service, but...
I mean, to be honestly, I don't know if they will. I mean, to be honest, I think this is kind of effed up that they're shutting down North Star. And like you said, what are they going to do? What are people in the apartments, for instance, at Coon Rapids, Fridley, what are they going to do if North Star's not around? I mean, how are they supposed to get to Target Field? I guess we'll see what the Metro Transit has to say and whatnot.
Being that's not rail service, is that going to knock the value of those apartments down? And what's going to happen to the platforms? You know, what's going to happen to Coon Rapids, Anoka, Ramsey, Big Lake? You know, what's going to happen to those? Elk River? What's going to happen to those stations? Are they going to keep them and those are going to be just bus stops? Which would make sense. You got the parking lots. They can just park there, hop a bus, and you're good to go. Is that what's going to happen, or are they going to get rid of the stations?
True.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't really think about that one. Well, anyway, just thought I'd throw in my 2 cents, what I think about the whole situation. Those of you who know North Star, let me know what you think. Do you like the idea? You kind of bummed out about it? Yeah, is there something I maybe didn't consider? Let me know in the comments. And those of you out of state, what do you think about commuter trains like this? Do you think they're worth it, worth keeping? Do you think they're a waste of time, waste of money? You know, because those of you out of state, some of you have a lot more commuter lines than even what we have here in Minnesota. So be interesting to hear what you all have to say. Anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you all very much for watching. Can't wait to see what you say in the comments. God bless.
Now, to be honest, I think this is really a dumb idea. But, I mean, who knows what could. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think they should keep North Star running. Because then what. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I take this for example. I've been rail fanning for 5 years. And North Star was one of my favorite passenger trains to catch. And to be honest, I think they should keep North Star running. I don't know. That's just my opinion. They should keep North Star running. Well, from now on, North Star is still running, which is a good thing. But when it comes to North Star shutting down next year in 2026, yeah, I don't think this is a good idea for it to shut down, to be honest. But, I don't know. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and, let me know in the comments. And as always, guys, stay safe out on the rails, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
That was a